Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we will be playing in the Spht until I lose. How will this go? I have absolutely zero clue, but we're going to try our best, and that's all I can really say. I like the Spht. I think it's a really, really fun vehicle, especially for the goal that it creates, right? I mean, it's a tank with 3,500 health. It has really good pen and solid DPM. And when you add all those things together, that's what allows the Spht to be really good. Now, there are downsides to this vehicle. It obviously doesn't have much armor, and the gun can be frustratingly troll. I don't even understand why the gun's troll, because its values on paper aren't, but it is troll. I've played this tank 100 games. I can tell you that I've missed a fair amount of shots that it shouldn't have missed. But at the same time, I've hit some shots which I probably shouldn't have hit. So what we're going to do in this battle is get shot in the crossing by a medium, because we love medium tanks, and the fact that wargaming... isn't that fun? Wow. Well, it doesn't matter how much health you have when you get punished for literally driving. My bad, bro. Clearly that's a skill issue on my part, right? Good map design is always coming from wargaming. Oh, I can't cross this either, because I'll be shot by the 4005. However, 4005 does get shot, so there you go. We do hit him. Nice. I was really thinking my teammate in the E5 was going to block me there, but thankfully he didn't. We have the E5, and we are going to load a gold shell right into the turret of the enemy Atlas. And this is what I mean by this thing has really good pen, right? I mean, 380 millimeters of heat pen is enough to reliably cut through almost all armor in front of you. With terrible rolls, mind you, but still, we're buttering through this enemy Atlas. Bro really can't do anything about me, and even if he wanted to, it doesn't really matter. There's a nice 500 into the IS-4, and we back up again. I'm not really sure what this Atlas is even doing. Like, he keeps trying to poke that same position, thinking that he's magically going to get gun depression when he hasn't had it any of the other times. So, I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. Obviously, I want to hit this IS-4. Ooh, come on. Ah, dang. I was really hoping you would poke that. Grill, good job, buddy. Honestly deserved, though. Let's aim it on the Atlas. Not sure how that one doesn't pen. So I can pen the entire hull down turret of an Atlas, but when he's not hull down and I'm just shooting him, I can't. Interesting. Either way, we're doing fine, right? We're bleeding out the Atlas, and because that is the auto-loading gun, we will out-reload him here, so... Okay. Oh well, I can't get that mad, it's just unfortunate RNG, but obviously nobody likes bad RNG. Nice shot into the IS-4, taking off a bit of their health. We're doing fine though. We have the Atlas right here, which we get a shell into for 376, pretty good. And our E5 is really bad. No clue what the E5's doing. We're gonna aim it on the 183, there you go. Atlas is on reload, so I don't really care about him. And... let's see. 3, 2, 1, boom. There you go. Nice 400 damage shot into the IS-4. That brings that player down to a one-shot. We have the 183, who is not looking at me currently, so I'm going to get another shell into the 183. Ah, and now we have the E6 on my rear. You know what the most impressive part is? The most impressive part of this whole situation is the fact that I have to kill the Atlas, because that's how bad my team is right now. That is how bad my team is. That is really impressive. Now, I'm going to sit here, and I'm going to keep this enemy E6 in the open. And this is where having that health is pretty insane. I mean, it doesn't matter how good of a tank the E6 is. When I have this much health, and I still have adrenaline cooking, they lose. There you go, 5,016 damage. We kind of dealt with everything. And sure... we didn't block too much. We only blocked 100 damage, but we still won. We did everything we needed to. So now we have the enemy Karo, and let's just hope our Conf Panzer doesn't throw. That's really all I can say. Because we're all one-shots. The last thing I want is to lose this game over something really silly, but... okay, he's gone. However, I'm just going to chill right here, and I'm going to wait for my 268 to drive behind the Karo, just like that, and... really... wow, we still won the game. I don't know how, but we did. That's crazy. I'm kind of sleep deprived. That's my only excuse to why I didn't hit that shot, but somehow the Karo then sat in the open and let the 268 kill him, so maybe the game felt bad for me. Either way, we did pretty good. We are an ace, we did 5,016 damage, and had a pretty good battle overall in this tank there. So, let's try another game and see if we can keep it up in the Spht. But yeah, not a bad start. that shot on the Karo was more of a... I don't know. My brain's just lagging right now. My room is literally... Alexa, what is my bedroom temperature?
Your bedroom temperature is 81 degrees.
Yeah, it's 81 degrees in my room. Like, it's horrible. I'm sweating. I just want to get this video done and call it a day. But, of course, if we keep winning, then I won't be able to call it a day, will I now? But I'm not going to complain if we win. The first game we played was really good, so if we can keep it up, I will be quite happy. We're going to head over towards the medium flank because we have a bunch of mediums, and the nice thing is when you're on hard terrain in this vehicle, it's actually pretty mobile. We can see here I'm already upwards of 30 kilometers per hour. It's honestly not as slow as you would think for, you know, what it is. Let's see, we have the Kampfpanzer moving up. I am slowly but surely climbing up the hill. Let's see, we have the E50M down low. Just keep on going. Now, games like this, it's going to be harder to deal damage just because it might be a steamroll, right? I mean, the enemy team... Oh, what is the Sheridan doing? Not really sure. Apart from bleeding a lot of health, I'm going to ram the Sheridan, and there you go. Sheridan's gone. I am full fine with ramming that player because it literally just stops them from being able to do anything. Then we can aim it on you, get the clearing shell, and just like that, we've already done 1,200 damage, and the enemy team isn't doing too hot anymore. Alright, we have the E50M, which I get a nice shell right into the turret of, and we're going to reload. I'm just going to push the E50. Genuinely, what is the E50M going to do? I have so much hit points and so much DPM, and they don't have any of those things, right? I mean, they might have DPM, but they most definitely do not have hit points. I'm still sitting at 3,000 health, and the E50M is sitting at 350. So at this point, there's really nothing they can do. And even if the Kampfpanzer tunnels me, I don't care. We're going to take this player... Well, I guess we're not going to take them out of the game. We're going to massively low roll, but even then, what are they going to do? The game's already over for them. They cannot counter me. It was a steamroll, though. I will say that. This enemy team got absolutely violated. So, unfortunately, we're not going to deal a whole lot of damage in this battle. 3,300. That's not bad, but obviously, when there's only 2 heavies on the enemy team, and those heavies don't really do much, you're not going to be able to get much damage out. That's just the reality of Blitz. But hey, I will take 3,300 and 3 kills. We had a pretty good game overall, so yeah, I'm not going to get mad at all. And there you go. Top on the team. Sweet. Alright. Oh, I got a lottery ball! Boom! I got a Switzerland ball. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what team has the highest chances of winning. I have not been paying attention to football at all. Or soccer. I don't know what you guys call it. I think football, right? That's... All of Europe is actively unsubscribing from my channel right now. But we've been having a decent game so far. You know, I had Encounter only checked on a moment ago, and it was horrible. I actually think that Supremacy, and I've said this for years, I think Supremacy is just flat better than Encounter. The players in Supremacy are more enjoyable to go up against. They just are. I don't know why, but it's just the case. Unfortunately, when you have Bushmaster 2024 in his no camo chieftain, that's not a good sign. That's a really, really bad sign, to be honest. Okay, well, we are going to go over towards medium side. The enemy team, I would say, has a pretty high chance of winning this. And we're literally only 2 battles in. Like, this is my life. It doesn't matter how good you are at the game when you have teammates like a no camo chieftain. Bushmaster 2024. Oh, man. Alright, well, we're gonna keep moving over here. We're not at least struggling to achieve our speed, right? I mean, that's not horrible. And the Rhino did bleed a lot of health for that play. We have the enemy Yo, and I'm gonna keep pushing over here. The Yo trades, but I'm not sure why you would do that, because I have way more hit points than you. And not only do I have more hit points, but again, I have pretty good DPM, so I get 800 damage into your tank for that play. Not really sure what the thought process was there. We have the enemy Rhino over here. We get a nice shot into the Rhino for 347. I swear this thing low rolls like every shot. I swear it does. We're going to aim it on the E50. Nice 428. Puts us up to 1,500 damage already. That's not bad at all. We're going to reload again. We have the enemy E50 over here. Nice shot into the lower plate for 379. Pretty good stuff so far. And you know what? We are definitely not losing this game, I'll tell you that. I thought for a moment we might have a chance of losing, but with how poor the enemy team is playing right now, there's just no way. Alright, well, we have the mouse, and I obviously would love to be able to farm out the mouse, so... Well, we also have the Yo, and let's see, will the Yo poke? Right now, I can't pen the mouse at all, so I'm just going to move up, aim it on the mouse turret cheek. There you go, nice 305. back up. Mouse can't reliably pen me. The Yo can't hit me, so I'm just going to chill here. The Yo pens one shell on my tank, and we're going to aim it on the mouse again. There you go. Nice 325. We have the KPZ on my rear, but we're already up to 3,000 damage. So at this point, I'm not really struggling to deal damage. And as I've mentioned, this thing has 380 mils of pen. So it's not like you're going to struggle to cut through the enemy with this tank. You have so much penetration that you're just going to butter right through. So there you go. Another 340 damage into the mouse. Pretty good stuff. Reloading again. We have the Yo, and I'd much rather hit the Yo than the mouse right now. First of all, I can fire standard, which means I'm going to deal more damage, but second of all, it's literally just a much more dangerous tank than a mouse. This mouse does not threaten me at all. I mean, they have to actually aim for my weak points, and I can just sit here and farm them out, you know? We have way more DPM than the mouse, too, so they just can't really do anything. But yeah, that's why this tank is so strong. Now this time, I'm going to angle my hull out like this, and they're going to have to go for a different weak point. And there you go. Pretty good stuff, I gotta say. The mouse got farmed by us. We're up to 5,100 damage. And we still have 1,200 hit points left. I mean, that's crazy. The fact that we still have 1,200 hit points after doing as much as we did. This is why I really like the SPHT, though. When you do get into a game where you can honestly fight heavies, it does such a good job at fighting heavies. It really does. It just does an excellent job at that. So, here we are. Top on the team. Did we ace it? We did. I'm surprised we aced it because this thing has a pretty high ace bar at this point, but I guess we've been doing pretty good in terms of overall assistance and helping our team out. Okay. Well, we've won more games than I've expected to at this point. I don't expect to win that many more. With a win rate of 75% in this vehicle solo, statistically, we shouldn't be winning that many more games, but I guess we'll find out. Here we are on Canyon. We have an M6 Yo, a T57, and a Chieftain. Okay. I'm tempted to go mid, but it really depends on whether my team supports me and everything else. Joao Paulo Batista Gomez. You know, this is a legitimate question towards, like, Hispanic players. Why put your full name as your in-game name? I've never understood that, right? I mean, I've just never understood the thought process of that. And, like, there are obviously Americans that do it and, like, Europeans that do it, but you don't see as many people that are, like, westernized who do that. So, I don't know. I swear, like, people just put their real-life names as their gamer tag. I've never understood why you would do that. But, I don't know. Either way, we're gonna move up, and let's see, we have the FE4202. Okay. And I just got to keep on driving up the hill. While this tank isn't the fastest, at least we're going to get there eventually. We have the enemy Chieftain, which we get a nice 377 heat shell right through the turret of. Not bad. Alright. I'm just hoping that our team does a decent job. This tank obviously is quite a large hatch, which is pretty easy to hit if you know what you're looking for, but there you go. Another shot into you. Oh, and there goes my teammate in the E50. What a skill-bobed player. I have no words. Okay, another shell into the enemy Chieftain. I'm not sure why he keeps poking me. Bro, learn your lesson the first time. Don't keep repeating the same mistakes. Like, why are we poking me over and over and over? We have the 57 Heavy, and I'm going to get a nice shell into him. Nice. Then I'm going to chill here. And let's see. I don't know if the 57 is going to give me the opportunity to hit him again. We have the Yo. This isn't looking good for our team, though. I gotta be real. This is looking quite bad. Especially with our E50 just throwing his game away in the beginning. That's not great, but we'll see. We will indeed see, won't we? Well, you know what? The Chieftain's dead, so that's good. However, I'm not loving the fact that I am basically going to hold this flank on my own. So I'm going to move over here, and let's see. We have the Murat, which I get a nice penning shell right through. So that's pretty good. And I get another bounce. You can see that this tank actually has pretty decent armor when using gun depression. Like, people try to say this thing doesn't have armor. That's not actually true. It does have armor. Like, it's not the best, most reliable armor, but at the end of the day, you can still get bounces in this thing. And we're gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna keep backing up, and he just stopped. Weird. He farmed out my 183 is what he did, but that's not really a wise decision. Throwing your game away to shoot a 183, arguably like the most useless tier 10, I really don't consider that the smartest of decisions. There you go. Another nice shot into the Yo. It's pretty good. That puts me up to 2,900 damage, and the Yo is going to continue. Okay. Bounce the flat side of a Yo. We have the 57 Heavy over here, which we are also going to aim in on. Nice. There you go. Wow, these rolls are horrible. We are not getting any good RNG, are we? We are not getting any good RNG. Not able to hit the 57. We have the 268. Not able to hit him. I will capture the base, though. I am no fool. Capturing bases is always a smart play when you don't know what your team is doing. So, let's see if we can... Okay, really? Come on. Lame, 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 lame. 57 shoots me and doesn't want to poke for the next shot. I'm going to just keep capturing the base again, and hopefully this time we'll be able to cap it. I don't really care about the 57 heavy. 268 pokes, and boom, there you go. Nice 367. We've dealt 3,900 damage so far, and I'm going to keep trying to capture this base. Eventually, I will get this base captured. That's the major plan I have right now. We have the bat chat. Okay, never mind. I will literally never get this base captured, I guess. No matter what I try to do, I'm going to be thwarted by something. All right, well, I'm going to move this way, and we'll see if I can get some damage into the 57. Aiming. Boom, there you go. 57 is out of the game, so that's pretty good. We still have base C, and maybe now, I can capture the base. Oh, okay. Never mind. We have the bat chat on us, which bounces me, and I don't really think he's going to poke me again. I'm going to cap the base. I don't care how many times I say it, I'm going to capture this base. Our 183 may be a one-shot, but I need to win on base cap. That's like the only way I'm reliably going to win this, so I need to focus on capping the base. Come on. There you go. Nice. Bat chat may have killed my teammate, but they're going to have a hard time winning when we have so much base cap. So I'm just going to chill here. I heard the 268 behind me, and we need to turn and take the 268 out, which is exactly what we needed. And now we can just back up, and we're going to go for a tracking shell into the bat chat, just like that, which locks him down. And now he's going to have a real hard time doing anything. And, I mean, sure, my tank doesn't have the best reverse speed, but it doesn't really matter. We get another shot, another horrible roll. But we're up to 970 on the base cap now. We've dealt 5,500 damage, we've blocked 2,500, and that's it. That is indeed a victory for our team. There you go. The SPHT, once again, putting out that damage, using its hit points to get a victory. That was kind of annoying, though. All I wanted to do was capture that base, and nobody was letting me do it. Literally, every single player on their team was refusing to let me capture the base, which is pretty funny. But hey, I will take 5,500. I will take the result that we had there. That was a surprisingly good game. Oh boy. I do not like Black Goldville. In fact, I'm willing to say that Black Goldville is one of the worst maps in the game, especially for a heavy like this, because if the enemy team... we'll just see what happens. But if the enemy team plays smart, could be a bad situation for us here. And our frickin' heavies want to go to base C. This is not going to go well. I've said that a couple times, but I don't know. I hate Black Goldville. I seriously do. It's just a really, really poorly designed map. But, as I said, at least this tank has a decent top speed of 36, so when we get on flat ground, I can achieve that speed. We're out accelerating our Type 71, for example. So yeah, let's keep going here, and let's see. That's 29, there you go, and I tracked crit him, but I didn't pen him. That's kind of crazy. Either way, let's keep going, keep going. We got the TVP there, keep going, and alright, we only get hit once. That's not bad. My shell completely misses, but it doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that we are getting across that matters. We have to get all the way over to this far corner, and that's where we want to be. So let's move up, and let's see what we can do. We have the enemy Atlas. We have the Chieftain. We're going to go for the Chieftain first, because that's an easy pen. However, I think the Atlas might actually be a bigger threat than the Chieftain, so that's also something I have to keep in mind. Okay. That's annoying. The shell went low, not where I wanted it to go. We're going to have to reload again, and let's see. I'm going to aim it on the Atlas. I hate the Atlas armor. I do. It's genuinely one of the most annoying tanks to shoot at in Tier 10, and you can see why it's considered OP by many players. That armor is insane. I mean, it really is insane. Alright, well, we get a shell into the 57, and even though he takes 800 off me, I mean, look at how much health I still have. Chieftain misses me. And let's see, the Atlas. I'm not even going to hit the Atlas. I'm going to shoot the 57. I may have over-aggressed a little bit here. We're fine, to be fair. I have my teammates supporting me, but the last thing I want is the 57 Heavy to try and clip me out. So we're going to move over here, where the 57 Heavy can't reliably hit me. We have the Chieftain, which we get another shell into for 405. And we're doing fine. I got really trolled this game. That Atlas armor really trolled me. So, oh well. But we still have 2,000 health left, and it looks like this is a winnable game. We have the enemy Yag, and we're going to aim it on the side. There you go. Very easy shot into that player. We have base C captured, so that's pretty good. The Yag is showing me their lower plate, and I'm spotted, so I'm going to be losing a lot of health here in a moment. Yeah, that's not very fun. There's nothing I can do about that, though. It's light tanks getting away with what they want because they have crazy good concealment. But with the heat pen that this thing features, we're able to hit the Yag and take him out of the game. We still have a fairly healthy XM, and even if the Sheridan hits me, I still have enough health that I genuinely think will be fine. Alright, well, I'm going to capture this base. Let's see if the Conf Panzer will cap with me. Good boy, good. Alright, let's capture this, and then, at least with the base capped, it's going to be more pressure for the enemy team. You need to take advantage of base cap when you're playing in a vehicle like this. Alright, I do like the fact that my Kron is flanking, because that 4005 is probably going to drive off to the side over there. And I'd love to be able to hit the Sheridan. There you go. I was going to say, but my Conf Panzer is directly in my way. Alright, well there's the 4005, and yeah, we're going to win again. Spht putting out the dubs again. As I said, the gun, it really trolled me in this game. Well, it wasn't the gun. The side of the Atlas trolled me. My gun actually did fine. It was just, I don't know, the Atlas is a really annoying tank to shoot at sometimes. 3,448 delts. We got another victory. Okay, we're 20 minutes in on our play to lose. This is one of the longest play to lose. Oh, actually, I forgot. We blind fired the Yag. We did 3,800. And we got another ace. So pretty good stuff there. Once again, top on the team. Sweet. I think you guys can see why I personally really like the Spht. I mean, it's just the fact that the gun is really nice. And when you pair that with the 3,500 health, it's so devastating. I know that some people have tried comparing it to an E100, but the E100 gun is just not as good as this gun. It doesn't have the heat penetration, its accuracy, sure, might be better on paper, but the on-movement dispersion of the E100 gun and the fact that it lacks pen still makes it a lot worse. So, that's at least my personal opinion. Alright, well, let's keep going here. Let's get this show on the road. I think that's the same Atlas we had in the last game. I'm pretty sure it is. Alright, well, let's move up. Again, on hard terrain, this tank's actually pretty quick. We're already going 33, 34 kilometers per hour. It's not a slow tank. Alright, well, I don't like the fact that my Atlas is going that way. We'll see what happens here. I don't love when my teammates make maneuvers like this, but we're going to go all the way over here. We have the enemy chieftain. And I'm going to get to this ridge hull down. That's where I want to be, right here. We have the enemy Type 68, which I am going to get a nice gold shell into. And then we get a bounce. Sweet. And Type 68 does actually have pretty good DPM. However, so does my tank. There you go. Another nice 340 into the turret of the Type. That's a decent amount of health we've taken off that player already. We have the Chieftain. We have the 57. There you go. Nice shot into the 57 Heavy. Alright. At this point, the enemy team is not doing great. I think we can agree to that. There's a nice 465 into the Chieftain. The 183 is running away, and I'm just going to keep pushing over here. Alright, well, let's see. We got the 57 Heavy in front of me. Nice gold shell. I always fire gold on 57s. I'm just so sick and tired of their turrets getting bounces they don't deserve. So, whenever I can fire gold shell on that type of tank, I do. Unfortunately, the Chieftain got literally obliterated, so I wasn't able to hit him. And I have a feeling the E3 is going to take out the Type 68. So I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to start heading over towards our spawn. Alright, well, let's see. We got the Tornvon, who appears to be pushing my 4005, so we're going to aim it on the side of the Tornvon. Aiming, and... dang, shell went a little low, but we weren't fully aimed in, to be fair. So that's not too much of a surprise. Tornvon is doing Tornvon things and playing aggressive, but... dude, you can full clip me in the Tornvon. I'm still going to have more health than you base, and not only that, but my DPM is just way better than yours. So there you go. Another nice shot into the Torn. Wiggle my vehicle a bit. Bro doesn't even know where to aim. Reloading again. Let's go for the side. Nice, 3,200 damage. And we obviously out-reload our VK because we have way better DPM than him, so we got to clear into that player. That leaves us with the XM, who is right over here, so we're going to back up. We're aiming on the XM, and boom, there you go, 189. And another 3,700 damage game. So pretty good stuff. again. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm actually really happy now. I was having a pretty rough session in this vehicle earlier today. My teams were just not it. My win rate and my stats were going down in the vehicle, and I was a bit disappointed, but I'm bringing my win rate back up to 76%, and my damage is still 3,600, so I can't get too mad about that. As I've said in the past, win rate and damage are both very important values. There are people that only value damage, but damage is one value, right? You have to have multiple values to judge something. You can't just say, oh, well, you know, this tank farms, like, what if you have like a 20% win rate and 4,000 average damage? Is that skilled? No. But there's people out there that would probably try to argue it is. The whole point of Blitz is to be a team-based game. That's the whole point of driving a tank like the Spht. You are the team. You're using your hit points and your armor to distract and cause your team to have the ability to win. And in a lot of these games, I have been able to do that. I've been playing aggressive. I've been dealing damage. I've been blocking damage. I mean, generally, the tank's been performing totally fine in these games we've been playing. And that's not to say that I won't have a bad game in the tank, but so far it's been holding up pretty well. Up against us, we have an enemy Spht, we have an M6 Yo, and we have an Object 752. Okay. We have a no camo Lion, which isn't the most confidence-inspiring, and we have that stock Type 68. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, well, I am going to head over towards the medium flank. We have Super Noob as well. I'm not loving this one. I'm not loving this one. This is not looking good. Tank Destroyer 165. That's literally a bot. I swear that's like literally AI. There's no way there's a human that named themselves Tank Destroyer 165. There's just no way. Yeah, this isn't looking too good, guys. This is looking quite bad. Oh, man. Alright, well, my Vickers made a very aggressive play, which I don't agree with, because there's nobody to support the Vickers right now. But I'm moving up. I'm slowly moving up. We have the Grill 15 spotted in mid, and you know what? That Grill is making a pretty horrendous play. Just about as horrendous as my high explosive roll, but it did do its job. Alright, let's see. We got the 62A, we got the Bat Chat. Nice, 397 into the side of the Bat Chat. We're going to put on my Adrenaline because I want to try and get a shell into the Yo. Nice, 440. It's pretty good. Our TVP is still very healthy, which is quite important. Let's go for... Whoa! That was some bad RNG right there. That I will say. That was pretty bad RNG. We have the enemy Spht, who I'm not really sure what his play is, but he's doing that. We're just going to back up because we have a lot of tanks on us, and I can't reliably deal with all of them. Okay, I'm just going to keep backing up, and when we get to this position, we should be a lot better off. Let's aim it on the side of that Yo, or not the Yo, the 752. You know what? We're doing okay again. We are already up to 2,000 damage, which is pretty good, I would say. And we have the side of the Spht. There we go. Nice 375. Nice. By the way, you can see the armor, like, when we aimed a gold shell on that enemy SP. It's not bad armor. Like, obviously it has weak points. The hatch is a weak point, but I don't think it's any weaker than, like, a VZ55 hatch. So, he pens me. Now I have to drive over the ridge. Not able to hit him because he backs up. Let's see, we have the Bat Chat over there. Alright, I'm going to try and help out my Type 68 at this point. Let's see. Aim in. Boom. There you go. Nice 401. Type 68 gets the clear. That's not too bad. Not sure what this boss Chation's doing, but I'm hoping that I can get the clearing shell into their tank. Whatever, I'm just going to turn and look at the 752 at this point. Boom, there you go, nice 360. 752 kills my teammate, but not really that worried. They aren't going to be able to do much to me. I want to hit that 92E1, but I'm not going to be able to, so we'll just shoot the 752 again. We're up to 3,900 damage. And, okay, well, if the 92E1 is going to sit side on to me, I will load a high explosive. There you go. Nice 512. And let's reload again. He bounces me. And... oh, that's my bad. I didn't realize... I don't know why my brain, like, didn't realize that post continued. Alright, well, that's okay. We are going to aim it on the 62A. And... let's fire a standard shell. I was going to do gold, but we don't need to guarantee the pen. I was pretty confident that was going to pen either way. We have both bases capped anyway, so there's no way they can win this, even if they wanted to. Alright, well, we're doing pretty good still. My brain is definitely dying. As I said, I'm not on much sleep right now, so my brain is a bit lower in capacity, but we've been putting out the damage. There's the 92E1, and I'm just going to drive over. Hello, goodbye. There you go. Nice, we got a bounce. That puts us up to 5,175 damage. All that's left is the enemy T-62A. I don't really think they're going to win this. I still can't believe we've been winning all these games. The enemy team has been YOLOing a lot of times. A lot of the games we've been playing, the enemy team's YOLO'd, and my team has done a really good job holding. And, like, you know, the armor on this tank works. I don't know why people say the armor's not good. Like, there's so many people that try to tell me, like, oh, Droodles, you know, it might have hit points and all, but the armor sucks. But, like, I blocked 1,800 this game, and I still have 2,600 health left. Like, that's a lot of health. Now, I was about to say, I have a feeling the 62A ran away to go capture a base, which he did. So I'm going to move towards the 62, and we'll see if I can get a shell into his vehicle. All right, well, he gets shot. Obviously, he's not going to win at this point. I'm just going to drive right over here, and we get the clearing shell. Not bad. 5,240, 2 kills. Pretty good stuff. We're up to 30 minutes, non-stop now, all victories. We're going to keep going. We're up to 96% on the mark. When I started the video, I was at 91%. My mark had... I mean, it doesn't matter. Once you've gotten 3 marks, you can't lose them. So if I went down to 20% mark, it doesn't make a difference. The marks never go off of your vehicle, which is nice. I'm very happy about that, because I don't always want to try hard, and being forced to try hard to keep your marks if they fell off would have been really annoying. So I'm glad that it's a one-and-done type thing. All right. Well, here we are. Another game. We got an E5, a Rhino, and a VZ55, a 7.52. Like, that is really dangerous. This enemy lineup is by far one of the most dangerous we've gone up against yet. And I have some decent tanks, too. I mean, we got an AMX M4, we got a Caro, so we have some decent tanks, but they definitely seem to have an advantage on the heavy flank. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by moving into base B, and we are going to capture this base. There's the enemy E5. Alright, let's just chill right here for now, and we'll see what happens. The enemy E5 making a very interesting play. And we have the 7.52, which I can't reliably hit from here. Okay. There's 7.52 gets hit. I'm just going to go for it. Yeah, I thought I could hit him. There's like a car or something in the way, so I couldn't see him. But we penned the shot either way, so I can't get mad. I want to be able to push this enemy E5, but I'm worried if I do, I'm going to get bled to all hell for it. But you know what? I'm not spotted, so I think we'll be okay trying to bleed him out. Let's aim in on his lower plate. There you go. 402. It's not bad. Question is, what is my team going to do? I don't know if they have vehicles all spawn camping or what they're doing, but E5 has been bled a bit, right? I still have 2,800 health. The E5 does not. However, we can see the enemy VZ55 is on the other side of the map, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. I'm just going to push the E5 for now. I think that it's honestly the right play to make. We do have the 7.52, but I'm just going to cross this and hope that the 7.52 doesn't hit me. So let's aim it on the E5 again. Here we go. Boom. There you go. A nice 500 roll into his vehicle that time. It's pretty good. And E5 is trying to obviously maneuver into cover, which sucks for him. Whoa! No, it sucks for me. That is horrible RNG coming from my vehicle there. Wow. That's really bad. Let's aim it on the 7.52. Let's load a gold shell to guarantee the pen. Nice 310 damage. Our Caro, unfortunately, is getting bled a lot, which is not great. And we're getting shot in the side now. Let's go for another shell into you. I don't really want to be shot in the side and the front, so I have to make a decision. And that decision is going to be to push over here, like this, and it's going to be to fight the E5. So, get one shell into his vehicle. He has a damaged ammo rack, so that's already not good for him. And even though the 7.52 is tunneling me, I'm going to focus the E5 for now. So, we're going to chill right here. There you go. 7.52's gone. And the E5's damaged ammo rack isn't going to help him all too much here. So we're going to pretend we're aiming this way, and then we're going to shoot him right in the turret cheek. That's why having 380 mils of pen is really nice. We've already dealt 3,200 at this point, which is really good. However, we're in a bit of a bad position right now, because we know that they have the Bat Chat, and they also have a mouse tank, and I really can't do much, right? I'm so slow, and that... oh boy. Yeah, there you go. The Badger's on my rear now, and he does miss the shot, which is pretty good for me, but my shell misses as well. and I don't really have anybody to support me. So this is pretty poor right now. I gotta be totally real. I'm trying to get gun depression out as well. Alright, let's see. The Badger's doing his thing. Oh boy. Now we have the Mouse Tank on my flank. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't matter how good you are at Blitz. Sometimes you're just given a bad egg in terms of teams. And I think the best play I can make right now is to honestly rush the Mouse Tank. I'm hoping that the Badger... Nah. Mouse Tank was unfortunately skilled enough to go through my weak points. We did 4,000 damage, to be fair. I did good, and I did my job. I distracted both a 7.52 and an E5. So, the fact that our team still lost this game is not really the tank's fault. Listen, at the end of the day, the Spht is a really good tank. I'm sure that there's people that'll still try to argue with me in the comments. I consider it OP. Every single game we played, it did good. Even in this game here, the Spht was not at fault for this being a loss. It wasn't the mobility of the tank. It wasn't the armor. We did fine. We didn't block any damage, but we did over 4k because we used our hit points to trade and bleed out the enemy. It's not my fault that my team, unfortunately, just couldn't do anything. I mean, look at our team, dude. 183, 100 damage. The mediums, everybody fell apart. There's nothing you can do when your team gets farmed, right? So, oh well. I can't get too mad. I was really hoping that the line, or not the line, the Mouse Tank was going to bounce me, but 36 minutes before we lost is a pretty good session. So I can't say anything negative about this vehicle. We ended up finishing with 76% win rate, 3,650 average damage, which is pretty damn good, I gotta say. So I'm not going to complain. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.